C'était un soir d'hiver. Je buvais dans un bar un Jack Daniel. Bonjour à tous et à toutes. Aujourd'hui, on se retrouve sur Chicken Police. J'espère que vous allez bien. Dites-moi si le son est pas trop fort, si c'est bon, si tout est ok. Et on va se lancer dans l'enquête. L'enquête du Poulet. Sur un jeu style polar, ça va être un jeu d'enquête, donc je compte sur vous pour me filer un coup de main. Bon, je sais comme d'habitude que vous allez absolument pas m'aider. Légèrement forte, alors attends, je vais rebaisser un petit peu alors. Hop là, un jeu fait par Andy Game, une division de THQ Nordic. Et oui, parce que THQ Nordic, ils ont plein de divisions. Alors attendez, hop là. On va... Voilà, je vais mettre comme ça. Hop, 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 hop. T'inquiète, on est là. Oui, c'est ça qui m'inquiète. Donc on va être sur un jeu d'enquête où il va falloir qu'on interroge des gens, des machins, des ceci, des cela. J'ai juste essayé 5 minutes, donc j'ai pas pu voir exactement c'était quoi. Mais vous allez voir que le design du jeu est pas banal. Et pas banal du tout. Allez, c'est parti, on y va. Ça fait très film noir l'ambiance. Bon, je préviens, le jeu est en anglais, mais sous-titré en français.
But I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland. An investigator for 20 years.
An investigator in 20
years.
years.
Of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department. One half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too. Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore.
Le Poulet.
121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong?
Clawville Roar District, l'ancien hôtel Atlas. On va aller dans mon fief. Ça fait trop bizarre la tête des personnages. Chicken
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time.
Elle est pas mal la voix du mec qui double là.
I had to give her a chance.
Elle colle bien avec l'ambiance. Bon. Alors. Contrée sauvage. Alors je pense qu'il va nous expliquer un petit peu comment ça fonctionne. On va mettre le décor et après on va aller parler à comment ça s'appelle à la petite dame je sais pas ça, la petite dame gazelle.
We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight.
Bon, j'ai peut-être pas tous les matés.
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
Bah moi je suis le poulet, ouais.
M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge,
Oh putain. Tu les mérites pas, t'es en retard. Bah merci beaucoup Christ. Merci. Oui, je suis en retard parce que j'étais en train de manger. Veuillez m'excuser. Merci, c'est gentil.
This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter.
Bon, on va sortir de là. Qu'est-ce que c'est? La machine à écrire. Un whisky bas de gamme.
Every whiskey has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range.
Ah, mon flingue. Faut que je le prenne.
She doesn't seem
Merci
so
beaucoup, Chris, en tout
dangerous
cas.
that I need to grab my gun, but you never know. My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal.
T'as de la chance que j'ai pas de bruit. Ma
My
plaque.
wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine.
Ah oui, d'accord.
So I got this one out of
Il l'a trouvé dans le
pack
paquet de
of
céréales.
cornflakes, just in case.
Bon, ok. Bon, j'ai ma plaque, j'ai mon flingue, on va parler à la demoiselle. Hein. Ouais,
I
je vais
don't
juste
even
regarder
know
ça.
what these papers are.
D'accord, c'est pas ce que c'est que ces papiers. Ok, allez. Parce que je crois qu'il va falloir jouer sur la psychologie des personnages. Qu'est-ce qu'on a
Who
observé?
is this dame anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New
J'avais
Year's
pas le temps
Eve?
d'appuyer. Alors, attends, interaction. Ah oui, d'accord, tu peux zoomer. Ah ouais, ça va être certainement pour trouver des indices après. Alors, attends. Qu'est-ce qu'on a
Let me introduce
parlé?
myself. My name is Deborah.
Ah oui, mais en fait, dès que je mets l'analogique dessus, ça se
You're
décoche.
mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Je sais pas pourquoi ils ont vu des
Believe
animaux
me,
comme ça.
Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've gotta have one, and it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Ah, thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it, from the beginning.
Allez, un petit verre de sherry. Ah oui, ça a commencé. C'est un jeu d'enquête, Chipou. D'accord, on a bu un verre de sherry, mais... Demander... Donc on avait regardé, discuté, et en bas c'est interrogatoire, je crois que j'ai vu tout à l'heure. Ah, je peux pas l'interroger encore.
Legs that go on for days. Deep, dark eyes. Silky skin and voice. You're in big trouble.
C'était pour la détendre un
pal.
peu, au fait.
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift, then carved into a brick, thrown through the window, and finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
Bon, je pense que là on va pouvoir passer à l'interrogatoire. Voilà. Alors concentre-toi sur ce que tu sais du suspect. Est-ce qu'il a ou l'air louche? Concentre-toi là-dessus. Sujet. John Doe, ce type a l'air suspect. Je dois me concentrer là-dessus. Jauge de détective, moins plus. Bon, je me dis qu'il faut dans les plus. Récolte des impressions en parlant au suspect. Chaque impression donne accès à une nouvelle question. Ok. Je sens qu'on va rien résoudre. La jauge détective est ta meilleure amie. Elle t'indique comment se déroule l'interrogatoire. Garde-la du côté positif. Ouais, bon, ça, on s'en doute un petit peu.
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I can scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Si ça va trop vite au niveau du texte, vous me le dites, hein, je peux désactiver le truc automatique. Bon bah ça va, là, on n'a qu'une question, donc ça va.
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can
Bon,
you even
c'est de
swim?
l'humour.
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Alors, dites-moi, dans quel quartier vous résidez à Caveira, machin, Floraville? Vous avez pas l'air confiante, vous êtes sûr que ça va? On va prendre ça.
You're not very confident. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes, excuse me. I'm just a bit nervous. I've never done anything like this before.
Breaking into the apartments of strangers isn't that big a deal. Some people do it as a hobby.
Please don't make fun of me, Mr. Featherland. This is hard for me as it is.
You're right. Sorry.
Alors, dites-moi quel est votre signe astrologique. Vous êtes venu seul ou par vous-même? Signe astrologique, on s'en fout un peu. Je suis pas descendu un peu dans les mois là?
Did you come alone? All by yourself?
I took the subway, then the tram, and then I walked. It wasn't easy to find this place, and to be honest, I had to be discreet.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm starting to get the picture.
This is quite unpleasant for me.
Je la stresse pas, je lui pose des petites questions. Ah, voilà. Savez-vous au moins ce que vous voulez? Pourquoi c'est vous qui êtes venu et non votre employeuse? Je la mets à l'aise, regarde, je lui mets des petites, je lui pose des petites questions tranquilles là, tu vois.
Were you born and raised in Clawville?
Why do you ask?
On va dire ça la
I
stresse ça
couldn't
quand
think of
même.
anything better.
Oh merde.
I'm not from around here. I'm from Grassmore. Maybe you could hear I have a slight accent. Do you know where it is?
Where what is?
Grassmore, of course. You just asked.
Oh, that. Don't worry about it. I'm not interested.
Huh. Do you like to play with other animals?
Oh merde, je suis en train de la stresser. Putain, mais c'était une question la con.
Am I that transparent?
I'm afraid so.
Well, I'm a little rusty, it seems. Let's change the subject, shall we?
Ah putain, je me suis mis dedans là. Oh non, je suis redescendu. Merde.
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So, she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
Alors, qu'attendez-vous de moi exactement ici? Je ne suis pas sûr que ça soit intentionnel, mais vous seriez pas en train de jouer avec moi. Qu'attendez-vous de moi? Comment avez-vous eu cette adresse?
What do you want from me?
Allez, on va aller là-dessus.
Oh, don't be silly, Deborah. I mean, you're
What do you want from me?
I was just talking to myself, out loud.
Well, Miss Katsenko thinks you're a great detective, and you're also reliable. That's why I came.
Did she also give you the lockpick?
Please, could you let this go? I'm really embarrassed.
Même fait
Sorry,
chier.
sweetheart, I'm just teasing you. As soon as I saw you, you were forgiven.
That's very nice of you.
It has nothing to do with being nice, Deborah, but you're welcome.
Bon, je crois que là, c'est mis à l'aise. Pensez-vous pas que c'est un peu louche? Vous êtes déjà senti très vulnérable.
Don't you think
Elles
this
sont
whole
bizarres ces
thing is
questions,
a
non?
little suspicious?
Look, Santino, I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other.
Alors, dites-moi, Déborah, pourquoi devrais-je croire à un mot de ce que vous dites? Si vous ne souhaitez rien de à comment êtes venu ici? Ah. Qu'est-ce que je pourrais lui dire?
If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland,
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Et merde! Oh là là, tout ce que j'ai perdu! Moins 40, putain, merde!
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer.
Vous arrêtez plus sur le chat avec vos petites références au poulet. Alors, soyez honnête, dites-moi de quoi vous avez si peur.
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Flic correct. Ok. C'est tout?
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints, you know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try
Mange
the
la
phone.
tige.
555 111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
Alors attends. C'est quoi, c'est ça qu'elle m'a donné?
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall, with the well-worn picture frames. like an eternally dark hole in the wall, a missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby, the waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But...
All right. When can I visit?
Visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes.
J'imagine que Miss
You can find her
Katsenko,
at
c'est un
Bizarre
chat.
Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko. But there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
Ah, je suis détective.
20 years experience, ma'am.
Eh ouais.
Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Sonny. Oh. Ah, c'est le mari, ça, le lapin, là? J'aurais peut-être pu allumer la lumière pour la foutre en confiance, non? J'avais pas vu qu'on pouvait appuyer sur l'interrupteur. Bon, ce que je fais, je me casse. Porte de la chambre.
Behind
C'est quoi
that
ça?
door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts,
Ah.
and empty
Ok,
bottles.
c'est sa chambre. Ok. Je sors par où là? Je la ramène. Comment je fais pour la ramener, la dame là?
Thank you again, Mr. Sonny.
Don't mention it, Deborah. I had no other plans for today, except drink. But tell me, do you have a light?
Il est tient sa
I'm
clope.
sorry, I don't smoke.
Thought so.
Ah, mais comment je fais pour me barrer de là? Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce truc?
I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever. I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink. Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
Attends, mais comment...
Thank you, Sonny.
Ouais, ok, d'accord. Je sais pas comment faire pour me barrer d'ici. Ça, on a fait. 555. Ah oui, peut-être il faut que j'appelle le mec. Ah merde, putain, attends, merde, j'ai pas retenu le numéro de téléphone. 555 932, ok. 555. Oula, c'est sensible ça. 9. Hop.
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No. Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Lewis arrived a few minutes later.
Ah non, Lewis, c'est le mec qui va la ramener.
Above,
D'accord,
so
ok.
it wasn't difficult
C'est lui le
getting
lapin.
here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
Of course, Sonny.
Oh non, c'est un bug.
You know anything for you.
Thank you for being so considerate, Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have to take a detour. I've got a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Ouais. Attends, est-ce que je peux l'appeler? Non. Et comment je fais pour partir de là?
I can always count on you.
Don't
You got anything planned for today?
I thought I'd visit a nightclub. It's New Year's Eve, after all.
Well, I didn't mean to hold you up.
I'll ask a favor of you someday.
I owe you a lot of those, don't I?
That's true. I don't deny it.
Bon, ok, mais comment je fais pour me barrer là? Comment je fais pour contacter son pote là?
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day.
Parce que là, je crois qu'on a un peu tout batté là. Hein. Je peux pas le prendre. Ah, peut-être la carte là. Ah, voilà. Type de scène. Scène principale. Les scènes principales font progresser l'histoire. Ces scènes déterminent également les lieux qui sont ouverts ou fermés. Et devez toutes compléter si vous voulez finir le jeu. Scène limitée. Les scènes limitées sont disponibles pour une durée limitée déterminée par la progression dans l'histoire principale. Si vous êtes du genre à tout compléter, assurez-vous de toutes les voir avant de passer à la prochaine scène principale. Les scènes bloquées, oui, bon. Poste de police. Attends, là j'ai pas le choix.
It was New Year's
Non, c'était ça, regarde.
and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone. Molly. Does her name really upset me this much? All those years of solitude, and I still jump without question every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me.
Marty.
But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what.
On va
Why
surtout
do I
savoir pourquoi
feel
on
like the
il nous
past is
déteste.
watching me on this goddamn night?
Un poulet policier, fallait oser quand même. Bah, tu sais, hein, un
I
hérisson
knew
qui court
where
vite,
to
fallait oser
find
aussi. Hein.
Marty. At the station, we'd always draw straws about holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years ago, we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
Je pense qu'on va savoir petit à petit. Non, on va savoir petit à petit ce qui s'est passé la nuit sanglante. Hélice.
Well, look at that. Hey,
Ah, la voix qu'il a.
what you scratching at over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Tough luck, boys.
Qu'est-ce que tu vas faire
I
picorer
may not
ici?
be on duty, but I'm still a cop, just like you. Well, more than you.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud. By the way, you're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
Oh, God. That clumsy buffalo is here tonight. If he doesn't end up in a cell again, he's lucky.
You got it.
You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy around here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce. I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead
Ce connard
makes
épineux.
another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
Bon, son pote Marty, apparemment, ce
I'd
serait un...
love to see that.
Comment ça s'appelle un...
Whose side are you on, you jerk?
Un oiseau aussi.
Back in the day, I used to patrol the city's streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages. Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already.
Salut Lolo.
Actually, it's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the chief.
Bon allez, vas-y, on rentre dedans.
Here we are again, Clawville Police Department.
Les voix anglaises sont bien, mais ça aurait été bien des bonnes voix françaises
But
aussi
if
quand
I'm
même.
not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place holds the secrets of the ages, and some drunk pigs in the basement.
Alors, il m'a dit que c'était où au sous-sol? Putain, il y a du monde là. On va aller voir Monica.
Hey, Monica.
Mais c'est
Hey,
trop
boss
bizarre avec
bird.
les têtes.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be celebrating somewhere?
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those 2 prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so just sign here and you're good to go.
Thank you, darling.
Don't mention it, boss bird.
Attends, merde. Elle m'a dit qu'il fallait que je l'appelle si je voulais y rentrer. Attends. Zone de bureau. Stand de tir. On va aller là directement. Hein. Je vais pas parler à tout le monde, sinon on va pas s'en sortir.
This is gonna be a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try.
J'ai pas intérêt à me louper là parce que sinon, l'équipier c'est mort. Il est pas un peu habillé un peu comme De Niro dans Taxi Driver, le poulet là? Je vais me mettre dans la lumière. Bon, ça on s'en fout. Bon, allez, vas-y, on va lui parler. Ah ouais, d'accord, il leur a filé des noms. La grosse Berthe à 2, Linda, Claudia, Suzy. Bon, allez, vas-y.
Hey, Marty.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Boss Bird. Were you lost? This is the PD building, you know?
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
Well, at least you are. Better than anyone, huh?
Marty, come on, let's forget that. What's past is past.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty, you shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear?
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny. Stop it right there. I'm in.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right, so, tell me, what's it about?
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun, okay?
Mais non,
Bertha stays.
Okay. But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear.
Non mais c'est clairement De Niro, hein, le perso là. Les fringues et tout là. Non, vous trouvez pas? Bon, à part la cravate peut-être. Bon. Ok, et comment je fais pour ressortir d'ailleurs?
Bye, Mandy. See you soon.
You've named the poster girl. You a bit lonely these days?
You're one to talk. I've heard you muttering to her.
What, me? To a poster? Don't be silly.
Comment je le trouve? Bah je sais pas parce qu'on vient juste de commenter. Mais ça peut être sympa une enquête, ouais. Ça change un peu de ce qu'on voit d'habitude quoi. Bon bah écoute, on va... C'est quoi ça? Ah oui non, ça c'est le truc ok. Ça doit être les notes que je fais au fur et à mesure. Ok. Ah c'est un rongeur, le mari d'elle là, de la chatte là. Par contre ce qu'il y a c'est que je ne sais pas comment on fait pour sortir. Je vois pas le truc déplacer la caméra. Ah oui ça y est, ok. Obtient un indice, quitter le stand de tir. Commencer? Ah mais non, je suis rentré dans... Ah oui, d'accord. Ah oui, d'accord, je vais faire du tir. Voilà. Merde, comment je fais pour recharger? Oh merde! Merde! Putain, l'éléphant il a pris mal. Bon. C'était pas... Hein? Quitter le stand de tir. Bon, alors attends. Ok. Donc ça va être par là. Ah bah la sortie est là.
Still drink coffee?
Yeah.
Ah mais oui, j'ai
my
buté tout
only
le monde.
poison. Except for
Mais je trouvais
guns,
pas
of
où ton
course.
rechargement, c'est ça qui m'a perdu.
We could visit
Je me suis un
our
peu
old
emballé.
haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hot dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too.
C'est un show le Marty.
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were different times.
Ouais, ça a l'air cool. Bah, l'ambiance
With
est
a
originale quoi.
different Sonny.
Well, all right.
Enfin, c'est le contexte des personnages qui est original.
You
L'ambiance
don't
après ça
have
fait
to
très
come
film
with
noir.
me, you know.
Avec un petit peu d'humour.
Okay, I know. Let's go. Sonny, there's a little problem.
Not so little, and it smells too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of.
C'est lui le patron apparemment.
Chief Blood Boil.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, hey, hey. Careful with the racist barking, old hound.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's New Year's after all.
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve, and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck off right now, Santino.
Bon, encore. Stand de tir. Ouais, je veux bien sortir, mais on sort par où? Je vais lui parler à lui peut-être. Ah attends, mais non, je suis con. Ah, non, je sors
We
par là.
can't avoid speaking with the chief first. And it would be nice to say goodbye to Monica, too.
Vas-y, je vais leur parler.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't need him to foul the air anymore. I hate his kind anyway.
Well, because he's a reptile.
No, because he's a good-for-nothing piece of shit.
No, yeah, that's true.
And you letting off some steam?
Something like that. We'll go and check out some seedy joint. We're cops after all, ain't we? And this is still Clawville.
That's true, pal. Protect and serve.
Eesh, get a room, you two.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
Bon allez, on lui dit au revoir à elle.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves. Mostly.
Okay, but take care of each other, too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
Bon, allez. On va aller au bar machin.
Time to go, partner. It'll take half an hour or more to get there.
To the club, then. I'm curious about the show.
Look, Marty, we're not going there to have fun, okay?
I know. We worked together for 10 years, remember?
9.
Oh, do you have any gum?
Of course not. Chickens don't chew.
Well, I'll go crazy on a long ride without it.
And I'll go crazy from you beaking it.
Ah, Sonny, it's a pleasure working with you again.
Allez, c'est parti, on va au club.
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt.
Mais ils ont l'air cons dans leur
Bizarre's
bagnole.
huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
Je sais pas si on va voir un spectacle.
Ah, so this is the famous Czar
Je sais
Club.
pas pourquoi le mec à l'entrée il va pas nous laisser entrer.
Infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first, we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
Ah, j'ai vu, j'avais un lapin dans le dos, ouais. Et une cigogne aussi. Enfin, je sais pas trop ce que c'est, ça. Femme cigogne. Lewis. Le videur. Lui, il va nous faire chier, lui. Regardez, s'il n'y a pas une porte derrière. Bon. Ok. Ah, je peux pas leur parler?
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it?
You're reading my mind, boss. Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
Non, mais il a l'air bien écrit, le jeu,
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing.
Ça me rappelle un jeu que j'avais fait il y a quelques temps, là. Je sais pas si vous vous souvenez, là, de un jeu où on joue un chauffeur de taxi à Paris.
Whoa, look at that. Isn't that the new...
It is, Marty. A brand new 942 Silver Hawk. Haven't seen such beauty since I left Averia.
Of all that's furry, whose is it?
Maybe it's Ibn Wessler's. I guess he's no paper tiger.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow who drives around in one of these. Lucky bastard.
Bon. Bon, je peux pas lui parler. À mon avis, on va se faire têche. Attends, on va voir ce qu'ils nous disent dessus.
Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
Oh, il a un sacré
We're
accent, lui.
expected in the VIP lounge.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Je savais qu'il allait pas le laisser
Nothing's
entrer.
easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah,
Don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Bon. À mon avis,
One day,
il va falloir
signs will
trouver soit une
cover the
sortie, soit
whole
trouver
world.
un
I'm
truc.
telling you.
You read that in some kind of science fiction book?
No, it's just what I think.
Oh, so you have your own thoughts now. The world's
Les
really
casse-têtes vont
moving
commencer.
forward.
Pluck off, Sonny.
Ah, attends, qu'est-ce que je peux... Ah, ok, d'accord, ça m'emmène... Pas bouger. Je regarde s'il n'y a pas autre chose que l'affiche.
You know, seeing this, I can't
Si
wait
qui est
for
pressé de
the
voir un
show.
rhinocéros danser en
The
barésie.
girls.
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Have I asked how Laura's doing?
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering, like the rhino beauty on this picture.
Interesting taste you've got.
Feathers, scales, or dermal armor, a lady's a lady, my friend.
Thank the wild gods for self-sacrificing gentlemen like you.
Je peux rien faire d'autre là. Attends.
Huh, I like this.
Why is that?
I don't know. 'Cause it's moving, I guess.
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Et là, dans ces trucs là tu peux pas bouger quoi. Bon.
Do you remember when the Clawville Chronicle was a really high-quality newspaper?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious.
Déjà, il faut que je sache comment je vais pouvoir rentrer, être mis sur la liste là. Peut-être lui parler maintenant lui. Ouais.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Oh putain, le
Hi,
dég.
Lewis. This is my partner, but I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence?
Donc il nous présente la meuf là, peut-être qu'on pourrait rentrer avec elle.
So, the legendary chicken police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. Well, that's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
Bon, rien avancé lui. Peut-être elle.
Let's not bother her.
Okay, boss.
Je vois pas ce que je peux faire là. Et si je rentre en force?
That fella's built like a brick shit
Non,
house.
il veut
I
pas.
don't think we'll be able to just sneak past him.
Wanna bet?
Not today, Marty. Remember,
Mais si, il faut aller faire
we
comme
must
Marty, là, faut y
avoid
aller au point.
suspicion.
Ah, okay. No trouble. I get it. It's okay, Bertha. Maybe next time.
What was
Il est
that?
con celui-là.
Nothing. Just the wind.
Did you bring Big Bertha with you?
Gods, no. What are you thinking? What idiot would bring a shotgun to a
On va
club?
arriver voir s'ils en ont envoyé
Was
plein
that a
déjà.
rhetorical question?
Peut-être que je peux lui reparler à lui. Ah, regarde, avec l'insigne de police peut-être. Ah, je suis pas sûr que ce soit une bonne idée. Hein. Vas-y,
Look,
je
I
tente.
really don't want any trouble, but
It is even more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like coppers. Forgive this slang. I can't let just anybody in, and there are some I'm strictly forbidden to. Please, you have to understand.
Listen here, you cow. Do you have any idea who we are? You ever read the papers?
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I read the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor to meet you in person, Mr. Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty Machikin. The Bell of the Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
oh my god,
My favorite
not
books.
the books again.
So it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I
Il
had
serait
to
malin
use
contre que de viser la force sur
on
vous,
you,
messieurs.
gentlemen.
What did you just say?
Vas-y,
Relax,
marre.
Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. And thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen, and forgive me for my austere
Salut, salut,
composition.
Serie.
No problem, Shakespeare.
Bon. Et je peux pas... Ah merde, j'avais pas vu. Peut-être qu'il est pote avec
Say,
Lewis.
big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent
Ah,
visitor
voilà.
of the club.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
Attends, et si du coup je parle à Lewis, est-ce qu'il peut me faire rentrer lui?
Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his
L'autre il a dit qu'il ferait tout pour moi, donc...
Am I right?
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No, no problem at all. Come with
Pour
me.
Assassin's Creed, il faut que tu télécharges... Il faut que tu ailles dans les téléchargements et que tu télécharges les voix françaises.
Excuse me.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
Bon, du coup, il va venir avec moi.
Sir, how'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Hayworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
Merci la montre, sir.
Ben voilà.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
T'as quel chapitre,
The
Riri?
jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Here we are.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Oh, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
Non, il faut qu'il la télécharge. Il faut qu'il télécharge les voix françaises. Tu vas sur le store et tu les télécharges et tu auras la version française. C'est souvent comme ça les jeux Ubisoft. Vas-y Sony, pose ta question. Bon. Alors c'est qui tout ça? Grand chevreuil. Mec renard. Scène. Je reviens un peu. Ah. Oh mais non. C'est Riri qui est derrière le comptoir. C'est Riri. Je la reconnais, c'est la mèche. On va boire un peu.
Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his, problems had gone too far.
Comment on fait pour précommander une série X sur des sites ou des magasins, et s'il y en a plus, faut que tu attendes qu'il y ait un réassort.
All kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others.
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good, and let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty. Two whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
Du whisky au galop.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water too, okay?
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
C'est qui lui?
Hey, there's Filmar.
Who? Oh, yes, Filmar, because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap Pulp Fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old
T'es sur quelle machine Warspect? Ton Assassin's Creed, il est sur quelle machine? PC, console? Il est sur quoi? Sur Xbox, PS4?
Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Phil Marlowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with the Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity.
Bah, dans le store normalement, hein, tu vas dans le store si c'était si t'es sur la bonne région, si c'est sur la région France, tu vas sur les DLC d'Assassin's Creed et tu as le DLC gratuit des langues en français.
By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes. Just the usual.
Oh, boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Filmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
Et le rongeur, c'était pas le mari à l'autre là? Ouais, c'est la meuf de... Bon alors attends. J'ai envie de jeter la scène, voir si ça fait bouger quelque chose. Non.
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
Ok, on va lui parler à elle, elle va peut-être nous aider.
That woman with Ibn, I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal.
Ah non, c'est pas la meuf du...
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Rooster Copper's in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler.
Eh oui, c'est le mec de Cats.
The name's...
son mari.
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is,
Le juge.
he is,
Marty McChicken, sir. I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh, yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint, the usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter, but to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's really tired.
Le procureur général
If
Hamtaro.
you would excuse us.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
Bon, lui on va l'interroger du coup. Ah non, je peux pas. Ah ouais, d'accord.
Look, detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
C'est ce que je suis en train de faire, mec.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
D'accord, il en a rien à foutre.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler.
C'est bizarre de voir des animaux parler.
Talk about something else?
En fait, c'est pas que c'est bizarre de voir des animaux parler, c'est surtout bizarre de voir des animaux avec des têtes un peu réalistes d'animaux. C'est ça, en fait, je pense, qui fait bizarre. Parce qu'en fait, si tu regardes un Disney, les animaux, ils parlent. Attendez, je retire mon sweat. Parce que j'ai un petit peu chaud. Ouais, c'est pas faux, Chico. Alors...
Has your assistant been working for you long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Yeah, please forgive a detective. Olivia's a real firecracker.
Wessler's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet.
Ah merde. Qu'est-ce que vous avez ressenti quand vous avez appris que Natasha était victime de chantage? Merde, j'aurais peut-être dû continuer à lui poser des questions avant.
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
Ah, il s'emballe, lui.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Pourquoi ne pas avoir appelé la police? Vous avez l'air d'être quelqu'un de très occupé, puis-je vous demander ce que vous faites? Non, on va faire la première.
Why didn't you just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station, once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
Oh, pourquoi il me fout en baisse là? Oh.
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know, maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people
tout ce que je pense que ça va être bon, tu vois, mais en fait c'est mauvais.
If you catch my drift.
Donc en fait maintenant je vais faire le contraire de ce que je pense.
So, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought. And he's secretive.
Ciao, Lou.
It's time to gently beat around the bush.
Vous ne trouvez pas ces messages dangereux? A-t-elle déjà vécu ce genre d'incident dans le passé? Vous avez beaucoup de temps ici. Vous passez beaucoup de temps ici.
Do you spend a lot of your time here?
It's a strange question, you know.
Je tourne autour du pot.
Of course I spend a lot of time here. I'm here every time Natasha performs. Sadly, yeah, it's getting rarer.
Is it compatible with your other businesses?
Huh? What? Writing threatening messages and hiding them?
I didn't say that.
You're sly for a foul, Featherland. But this ain't your territory, is it?
I guess not, Mr. Wessler.
Commencez à parler. Wessler, inutile de continuer, elle nous fait perdre notre temps. Les affaires marchent bien, monsieur Wessler. Tout va bien. On va rester comme ça.
Business going well, Mr. Wessler?
Yeah, depends on which one.
Real estate, catering, charity, protection, extortion, bribing cops, contraband, the usual.
Funny guy.
How are the casinos?
Fine, thank you. Gambling has always been a good business. Luck is expensive around here.
Damn, if only I knew that. I heard gambling was illegal.
And I've heard you're not on the force at the moment.
Then it seems we have a fair fight.
On uneven ground, Mr. Featherland. I'm not sure I'd stand on it for long, if I were you.
That was candid.
Yeah, I try to be clear.
Bon, il a l'air plus cool là. Commencez à parler. On va rester sur celle-là. Hein.
Is everything all right between you and Natasha?
Ça peut pas lui plaire ça.
Yeah, you don't beat around the bush, do you? Understandable, I guess.
Non, c'est bon, ça passe.
Naturally, our relationship is stable and perfect. I'm the setting, she's the gemstone. Yeah, if you know what I mean.
I rarely hear such poetry.
Comment ça s'appelle ces bestioles là qui parlent là?
I understand exactly what you mean.
Merde, c'est
Mr.
un...
Wessler.
So, you have your answer.
C'est les machins qui font semblant d'être morts là, tu sais quand tu t'en approches.
Wouldn't you like to know?
It would make my job easier.
Yeah, it would only lead you astray. So be glad that I tell
Non,
you
pas,
no.
non, pas un furet.
No friction.
Tu sais, ces bestioles quand elles sont menacées, elles font semblant d'être mortes.
Un
opossum, merci
Ben.
Ben. Alors, seriez-vous d'accord pour témoigner au poster? Y a-t-il eu des menaces similaires dans le passé? Les choses de la même pied et longe. Comment avez-vous fait pour vous rencontrer? Vas-y.
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh?
Un opossum.
How did you even meet?
Pas un bubu.
Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse.
Parce qu'il a une tronche de possum le truc quand même.
So, how was it? When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Gold Town. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend, roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
Donc Natacha pense qu'elle est en grand danger et pourtant elle s'y rend seule. Est-elle seule quand elle reste le week-end? Ouais. Je sais pas. Moi je dirais bien la première. Hein. Donc Natacha pense qu'elle est en grand danger et pourtant elle s'y rend toute seule. Ou alors sinon il faut que je demande si elle était seule. Je sais pas... Ouais,
so Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going
peut-être
out
qu'il me dira s'il y a
alone.
quelqu'un avec.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my
Ouais,
company.
d'accord, lui il a vu ça comme ça.
Yeah, you know,
C'est la bien amont.
I'm not sure if you do, but in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. You're right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Voir Spectre, tu sais ce que tu fais si tu veux... Tu vas dans le store de la Xbox. Tu vas dans Rechercher. Tu tapes Assassin's Creed Origins et tu marques Pack Langage. Et là, si tu trouves pas, c'est que tu t'y prends mal. Hein. Vrai détective. Bah voilà.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old
Voulez voir le
time's
spectacle?
sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Donc c'est elle qui a reçu la brique. Là. Ah! Quand je vois des scènes comme ça dans un film, ça me fait toujours penser à Roger Rabbit. Avec Jessica. T'as acheté Dort 5, tu le trouves comment alors?
Sonny. Sonny.
Chloe's still lying in my bed.
T'es con, Chipou.
It's dead.
Elle était courte la chanson.
That was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
You were amazing, dear. As always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep it.
Bon.
Gee, that is a unique picture, and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It
mener par le bout du nez, c'est sûr.
memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
Bon, allez.
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
Moi j'ai sauté un texte.
I get offended
J'ai appuyé
if
sur le
women
bouton sans
don't
faire
drink
exprès.
in my company.
De lui proposer un verre forcément.
You are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really?
Ah,
I
donc on a
thought you
direct au
asked
truc,
because you
alors.
wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
You do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often.
Ah, c'est parce que tu as pas acheté le truc sur le store français. C'est pour ça. Faut peut-être que tu mettes ta console en français. Hein. Regarde la région de ta console si elle est bien en français. Si tu la mets en français, tu devrais pouvoir le télécharger le pack en français. S'il faut, t'as laissé la région de ta console en russe. Si t'as acheté le jeu sur le store russe. Bon, allez, on l'interroge.
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Bon, allez.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but this stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean.
Ah, tu l'as acheté sur Amazon, ok. Ah, fais gaffe de les acheter en français la prochaine fois. C'est bizarre qu'il n'y ait pas une solution. Alors, cet établissement est très chic, tout comme votre loge. Ce tableau est franchement osé. Vas-y,
Picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Did
you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
You tell me.
Vous pouvez me dire sur Ibn Wessler, pensez-vous qu'un de vos émetteurs puisse être l'auteur des menaces?
What can you tell me
Plutôt parler de son mari de
Ibn
Mathieu.
Wessler?
You should be more specific. What do you want to know?
Comment il va rencontrer si ce n'est pas indiscret? Ah, bon, peut-être qu'on pourrait voir si ça concorde avec ce qu'il disait lui. Ouais, on va voir si ça se croise.
How did you meet Ibn, if I'm not too intrusive?
Of course you're intrusive, but I guess that's an occupational hazard.
Well, yes.
I was a dancer here in the club, in Anita Jenkins' chorus. When she was in a good mood and allowed it, sometimes I even did her vocals for her, although she thought I was an upstart little whore.
Vous n'avez pas de corrélation entre les activités de votre partenaire et les menaces.
Don't you see a correlation between your partner's activity and the threats?
That's a disappointing cop-like question.
Ouais, merde, ouais, bah oui.
I am a cop.
Yes, but you're different. You're too rough on the outside and too vulnerable on the inside for a regular cop.
Am I that transparent?
A little bit. My eyesight's better than most.
Seriously, Natasha, don't you worry about the possibility of a connection?
Of course I worry about it. I'm not stupid. Those who are clever learn to fear. I learned at a young age, before I even had the chance to live.
Gee, well, thank you for your honesty. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the
Pourquoi tu peux pas jouer à Dort maintenant?
It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know. What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So?
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall, in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Alors, un film, voyance avec vous, personne n'a jamais vu le coupable, pas même la silhouette. Je vous suggère de vous faire oublier. Vous pensez que les ménages puissent avoir un rapport avec votre dangereuse relation amoureuse?
What about Fillmore? Is he here because of you?
Mr. Lowe helped me before, and yes, he was the first I approached.
You've managed to curb my enthusiasm a little.
Doesn't keeping 2 irons in the fire give me a better chance? But you don't have to worry. He didn't find anything. And he's not interested anymore, no matter how much I offer to pay him.
Why?
You'll have to ask him.
I think I'll do that.
Sony, ce que tu fais, c'est que quand tu allumes ta console, tu l'arrêtes en restant appuyé 10 secondes sur le bouton et après tu relances. Ça mettra plus longtemps à redémarrer, mais normalement ça devrait être bon, je pense. Passer un mari peut-être. Donc ni un fan, ni un homme d'IMB, ou suspecter quelqu'un.
So it's not a fan and not an inside job. Who do you suspect?
Aren't you supposed to know that?
Ah merde, elle m'a baisé la gueule.
Yes, but I've got nothing to go on. And you don't have a hunch.
Maybe I do. But first, I want to know if you'll even accept my case.
I'm here, guys.
That's true, but I must know if I can trust you.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
I wish it was that simple.
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
Mais la gueule qu'il a, ce poulet.
Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
Alors, vous êtes joué de moi depuis le début. Qu'attendez-vous de moi exactement?
What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and...
Whatever it takes?
Not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon
Non,
as you
moi, il
can.
me déplaît pas, Chipou, le
Money's
jeu.
not an issue.
Après, c'est bon, c'est vrai que c'est pas un jeu qui est fait pour streamer, quoi.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Mais ça change un peu, je trouve.
Natasha.
L'ambiance est pas mal.
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Well?
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Bon.
So, have you talked to Natasha?
In fact, yes. She was, kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything. She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate.
Mais le cheval derrière, c'est trop. C'est trop. Il est dégueulasse. Je crois qu'il m'avait dit de revenir vers lui là. Ah mais il s'est barré. Et il est passé où?
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but...
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
You don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
Si elle avait couché avec l'opossum, ça aurait pu faire une chimère.
If I'm not mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house in Flowerville.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything about it?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
Salut Tony. Bah écoute, ouais, ça va. Ça va bien.
What's your relationship with Miss Natasha Gutsenko?
We've talked a bit.
J'espère que ça va toi?
There's no tension between you? You know, the pretty secretary.
Well, thank you for your compliment, Mr. Featherland. No, no tension. Natasha's an intelligent woman. I respect her.
Is that mutual?
That I can't tell. You know, Ibn's not as ferocious as you'd think. On the contrary, he's become very different recently.
I heard. Don't you find that weird? A sudden change of heart?
Sometimes an animal just has enough. Fed up and wants a change.
I deeply respect that.
Well, thank you for your honesty, ma'am. Do you come here often, Olivia?
On va le terminer,
No, not really.
Well, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bon. Ah, je peux lui parler à lui maintenant.
Excuse me, pal. My name is Santino Featherland.
Eh? Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while I'm in a good mood, birds.
Okay. Thanks, big boy.
Non. 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 Non et non. Les affiches de film, on s'en branle. Ah, lui, je vais pas parler à lui.
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Et je fais comment pour me rebarrer là?
Hey, Big Nose. Where did Mr. Wessler
Big
go?
Nose.
Unfortunately, I don't know, Big Face. But I wouldn't tell you even if I did.
Really? Say, did anyone ever tell you that you're an irritating piece of sh...
Anything else, dear sirs?
Ah, y en a pas un qui veut me dire, peut-être lui va me le dire lui.
The truth is, Ibn's a dirty bastard, but he's likable. It must be his charisma that snared Natasha.
Maybe there's more to it than simple wild love.
Who knows? Animals commit the dirtiest of deeds for wild
Ah, Tony, j'espère que ça va
love.
s'arranger quand même.
You've got a point.
Bah normalement, oui, je devrais avoir les consoles en temps et en heure. Mais bon, après, on n'est jamais à l'abri de rien, donc on verra. Je verrai déjà mardi. Je programmais le live, mais j'espère que je vais pas avoir une mauvaise surprise.
Wonderful girl. Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
That's funny. I swear I've heard that before.
Huh, to be honest, me too.
So, Natasha invited us to her weekend house.
That's either very good news or very bad news.
50%. That's not that bad, is it?
That's an admirable attitude.
Attitude, yeah, he's got that. Most of the time, I think that's all he's got.
Hey,
Who is this woman anyway? She's like Ibn's shadow. Nobody knows anything about her.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the case, but it's worth keeping an eye on her anyway.
More women, more trouble.
You already fantasizing?
Even the sight of young women make me tired. Anyway, most people say she's the rat's lover too. But next to Natasha, I doubt he'd want her. Anyway, Pussycat would have already torn her to shreds.
Could be. Take care of yourself, old...
Yo.
Mais bordel, putain, y a personne qui va me dire où il est parti l'autre là? C'est ouf ça.
look, Olivia, you know, last time...
Please, Marty, there's no need.
Yes, there is. I know I wasn't a gentleman, and I know I should have called you, but I was young and...
You don't have to explain. I wasn't waiting long for your call. I forgot about it fast.
Ah oui, Sony, oui, pour les...
to hear.
Quand ça sort en général, il faut précommander de suite, ou bah sinon il faut attendre. Pas le choix. Bon, je crois que je vais le faire chez lui parce que je vois pas qui... Je vois pas par où je peux me barrer là. Ah mais attends, j'avais pas vu, j'avais pas fait... Mais non, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait, bordel? Attends. Je peux pas sélectionner le bout de papier là?
We stepped into it, didn't we? Come to daddy, darling. Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known.
Demain, demain soir, je vous ferai un live découverte sur Yakuza dans sa version Xbox One X. Mais ça sera juste une découverte, hein, je vous mettrai pas du début du jeu. Et on le fera après quand j'aurai la série X.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Calling booze darling.
Je ferai l'acte 2 et 3 peut-être demain.
There's someone who calls his gun collection his harem.
Touché. I'll shut it.
Good birdie.
Voilà. Fallait juste que j'inspecte ce petit bout de papier. Gouleur résidence secondaire.
Well, if there's one thing I'd learned during 20 years of detective work,
ouais, je suis allé jusqu'au chapitre 3,
if someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night, you should bring an army for backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly familiar. Only one tactic remained, as the old dogs say. Balls to the wall.
Des gauchos. Alors, j'ai baigné un Poulet. Un Poulet.
This place gives me the creeps.
Mais bon, ça c'est le genre de jeu qu'il faut jouer quand t'es tout seul, quoi, tu vois. Pour se un jeu comme ça, c'est bon, voilà. Après, ça plaît pas à tout le monde, je le sais bien.
Mais
je trouve ça pas mal. Enfin, je sais pas, l'histoire a l'air pas mal. L'ambiance est sympa. Ah, il y a Cendrillon qui a laissé tomber une chaussure.
Damn.
It's not a good sign.
Maybe she just lost it when she hurried into the house.
Yeah, right.
Do you think it belongs to Natasha?
No idea. Do you think I measured her feet when I was in her room?
I'm not sure I want to know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Ah, c'est le fameux mot.
This is the word. What can I say? The message is loud and clear.
Yeah, what matters is who is it for and what does it mean?
I can't misunderstand that if I wanted to.
We'll see.
Wait a second, did that bimbo put a spell on you? As you used to say, don't let it cloud your objective judgment, Boss Bird.
Watch who you're talking to, boy.
Ouais, bah mardi soir, on va regarder ce qu'il y a comme option dans la console. Après, je sais que le comment ça s'appelle, le dashboard, en fait, c'est le même que sur la Xbox, donc ça va pas changer. On va essayer les options qu'il y a sur la console, on va essayer quelques jeux, on va essayer des jeux rétro-compatibles aussi pour voir un petit peu ce que ça donne. Et voilà, quoi. On va tester un peu la console, quoi.
Marty, before we enter,
et après, les autres jours, j'irai sur des jeux... ça sera un jour un jeu, quoi.
Time to get Her Majesty out.
That's what I like to hear.
Et on continuera celui que vous avez, celui qu'on a envie de continuer le plus, quoi. Bon, ceux qui ne savent pas lire l'anglais, hein, c'est marqué salope, hein, sur le mur.
Marty, before we enter, did you bring Big Bertha?
Of course. She's in the trunk.
It's time to get Her Majesty out.
That's what I like to hear.
Il est chaud.
Let's go.
Hello, my beauty.
Just don't point it at me.
Aw, scared? Take it easy. I swore I'm not gonna shoot you again.
Very gallant of you, partner.
What, are you still pissed at me? I'm happy to remind you why you got shot the first time.
I get it. Just shut the fuck up already.
It's the nothing.
What was that?
Forget it. Just an old quote from a movie. It means it's fucking dark in here.
Flashlight.
I didn't bring one.
Me neither. What a pair of fucking professionals.
Yep.
But you do have a shotgun with you.
We should have shotguns for this kind of deal.
Is that from an old movie?
It's an original.
Figures.
J'ai vu l'arrêt d'une biche, je suis pas bien.
She was lying on the floor as if she was sleeping. She looked peaceful, almost. The large pool of blood.
Moi je vais être honnête, hein, c'est vrai que même Riri m'a posé la question encore cet après-midi. Il m'a demandé si j'avais la hype pour la série X. Mais au final, j'ai pas eu le temps d'avoir de hype parce que avec tous les soucis que j'ai eu ces derniers temps, bah, j'ai même pas eu le temps de trop d'y penser. Mais je vais être très très content de la découvrir mardi.
No animal can swim in high heels.
Bon, Déborah l'a pris cher.
Wild gods. Fuck even.
Yeah, it's her. Deborah. The girl who came to my office.
I figured, but what the hell happened? Was it Natasha? Is this what you wanted us to see?
No. I mean, I don't think so, Marty. She seemed very attached to the girl, and I believed her. Furthermore, she has no motive to kill her. Natasha meant some object. Something maybe the killer wanted, too. And the poor girl was trying to protect it.
Did she seem that kind of girl?
She risked a lot simply by coming to see me. She would have done it for her mistress.
Why is she naked? Was it sexual? I mean, there's no sign of struggle. She seems untouched. Maybe she knew her assailant. Was it a lover?
This looks premeditated. So far, the messages have appeared in weird places, but this is a new level. It's no longer just about empty threats.
Well, maybe Natasha's on her way here right now. Or she was already here and something happened to her, too. Kidnapped, or worse.
Those are possibilities, but we can't wait. We don't have time for guessing. Search the house. Search everything. The room's not trashed. Whoever did this wasn't looking for the same thing we are.
Or they knew exactly where to find it. Wait, what are we looking for exactly?
I have no idea, but it's something important. Things like that have a way of getting noticed when you come across them.
Amen to that.
Bon. Respecter le cadavre en premier.
Anything interesting in there?
Yeah, I think there is.
Nouvel objet. Faudra que je fouille.
The message. Here too.
Yes, but this isn't about Deborah. It wasn't meant for her.
Est-ce qu'ils ne traduisent pas le mot war?
For Natasha.
Obviously.
What have we gotten ourselves into, Sonny?
I don't know, Marty, but let's get ourselves out of it as soon as possible.
Ok, bon, alors attends, déjà on va regarder c'est quoi l'objet.
SN. Could be the initials of a person, a place, a company, or a club. Too many possibilities. But we must find out where it's from.
Il y avait que ça dans le sac? Ok. Non, je regarde un peu tout ce qu'il y a. Ah!
This must be Natasha's family.
Wealthy.
Do you think she's from the Stavonian Tsar's family?
Oh, nobody could have survived that massacre. But I'm sure this family was also close to the fire.
What is she doing here anyway? What, an alias? Keeping secrets, and now this case? Do you think it's all connected somehow?
Let's not draw hasty conclusions, Marty.
Soyons pas trop hâtifs. Ok. On dirait un Oscar, ça, un peu, là, tu sais, ou un Golden Globe ou une connerie comme ça.
It's an exceptionally beautiful piece. What does it depict, I wonder?
I have no idea, Sonny. It's so art, I'm scared to have an opinion. What is this exactly?
A human. Mythical creature. Quite the cult in Iveria. The whole country's full of these statues.
Does it mean anything?
They say humans are the keepers of secrets and the messengers of chaos and destruction.
You don't think...
Let's take a closer look.
Et du coup, sur la série X, là, qu'est-ce que vous en attendez le plus, là, de quand vous allez l'avoir, la mardi, pour ceux qui vont l'avoir, là. C'est quoi que vous en attendez le plus, en fait, au final? Ah, attends, il y a un truc, là, j'avais pas vu.
Damn!
Oh!
Just like in the adventure books. Rich animals are all
mécanisme.
insane.
You have a point.
Ça sert à quoi? Il voit quelque chose.
You can't be serious. Is this some kind of...
Yeah, it's a riddle, Marty.
But it doesn't make any sense. Why use something as simple as this when a 4-digit number is almost impossible?
An idle whim, or the riddle has a meaning?
Maybe. 4 animals into 4 places. What does it represent?
Think, Marty. Where did we see 4 animals holding something in their hands?
Il n'y en a pas 4, là, il y en a 5.
Look at those clothes. Could it be a military family?
Maybe. Or Stavonian fashion.
Your intuition always astounds me, Marty. What would I do without you?
And there you go.
Moi, je sais que sur la série X, je fais une fixette sur la rétrocompatibilité, à savoir si les jeux non patchés seront améliorés ou pas. C'est vraiment le truc qui me taraude le plus pour l'instant. Un truc avec... c'était pas sur les photos dans le bar, là, avec les...
Anonymously, of course.
Do you still remember the number? I haven't called my own workplace in years.
Cretin. Of course I remember. 555-111.
Is it? Since when?
Since they invented the telephone.
Yeah, of course. No, I knew that. I was just testing you.
Yeah, right.
Attends, il a dit quoi comme télé... Merde. Non. Oh, il y en a des animaux, bordel. Putain, où c'est qu'on va trouver ça?
Molly, my ex-wife.
On n'a pas l'indice hein, pour ouvrir ça. Fais pas cette connerie, Sony, sois patient, attends d'acheter une version X. Prends pas la S. Vaut mieux que tu sois patient avant de te jeter un truc comme ça, tu vas regretter après.
I don't know, Sonny. What exactly are we doing here?
Let's hope we can learn something about Natasha and Ibn by sniffing around before we visit that weekend house in Flowerville.
Learn something? From Phyllis and Roy's?
Well, I wasn't exactly thinking about them.
Yeah, figures.
Listen, Bosco, what do you make of this list?
Maybe it's the guest list of some fancy ball. These are some rather influential names, the ones I recognize anyway. Movie stars, politicians, a few names from the Council of 12 even, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not.
Are you blackmailing them? Because if you are, I'll gladly accept a nice big juicy bone in exchange for my silence.
Stop screwing around, Bosco. It has nothing to do with our case.
Which is what, exactly?
We're still not gonna tell you.
Miss Jardine, one of the 7 female officers of the Clawville. Officer Barkman, unwavering cop.
Blood boils in there, and I don't want to run into him.
I wholeheartedly agree, partner. Let's avoid the whole office section as much as possible.
Merde.
Join the force, protect...
Get bribed, get beaten by a hooker, get fat.
Faites-vous taper par une prostituée obèse.
Listen, Mon, a reliable old friend shoved this into my hand. Could you take a quick glance at it?
Quite an imposing list. What could those numbers mean? It could be a date even, but no, this is something else.
That's what we were thinking too, and we got nowhere. But you see a lot of documents. So, is there anything familiar about this?
Unfortunately not, boys. The names are imposing indeed, but based on this, it could be almost anything. The richest of the rich get together on all kinds of excuses.
It must be a secret cult.
It could be, of course, but also anything else. I'm sorry I couldn't help you more.
Ah, don't mention it, Mon. Thanks for your time.
Or, wait a minute. There is something.
Now stop teasing us, Mon.
I'm sure you've noticed that all the names in the list are men, right?
Yeah, of course we noticed.
Thanks for the observation, Monica.
Don't mention it. I'm just a receptionist.
Bah, c'est ce que je disais l'autre jour, le souci avec la série X, c'est que je pourrais pas vous faire un unboxing de la console parce que si je veux être prêt pour mardi soir, vu que je travaille toute la journée, le midi je rentre entre midi et 2, je vais télécharger des jeux, tu sais, je vais faire la mise en route, mettre mon compte dessus, machin et tout ça. Et si je veux que ça soit prêt pour le soir, à 9h, bah, je l'aurais déjà déballé la console. Pour pouvoir justement mettre les jeux et tout ça, quoi. Donc c'est ce que je voulais faire à la base, hein, mais je m'aperçois que je peux pas, quoi.
Do we have a file on a woman called Olivia Blackwig? She's currently working as Ibn Wessler's assistant.
Sinon le soir je pourrais pas vous faire le stream.
We don't have a file on her, but there are a few Blackwigs that could be related to her. Mountain goat, crow, or caiman?
Crow, around 30 to 35. A very pretty socialite.
Maybe we have a catch.
Sinon ça aurait été avec plaisir.
Theodore Blackwig was a rather influential banker until he went bankrupt. He died a few years back, but his daughter could have ended up in the same social circles as Ibn.
And since they lost their money, she took a job as his assistant.
Yeah, it would fit the picture. But it's a big city, Sonny. There may be more than one Crow family with a Blackwig name living here.
Thanks, Mon.
I'm glad I could help, boys, as always. If it doesn't take a lot of my time, that is.
We know. We're not even here anymore.
Vous envoyez péter là.
We saw a pretty good show at the Tsar Club tonight.
Good for you, I guess. Natasha?
Natasha. She performed her new song. She also sang about why she called us there. Or rather, me.
And?
Had That's confidential, Dollface. Anyway, I can't help wondering about that woman. Her past is a mystery, and I couldn't draw much out of her in person either.
Women like her always have something to hide, Sonny. I think that's exactly what makes men fall head over heels for them.
I know another broad who's all mysterious.
Oh yeah? What's her name? I'll look her up if we have a file on her.
Marty, shut up.
Oh, you mean me, right?
All mysterious, full of secrets, and grace.
I didn't even hear that, Marty.
Guess who we met today in person, Mon?
King Hector III?
Even better, the one who commands the king.
Wait a minute. Hobart Wessler?
Damn right.
Hobart
Ibn Wessler in the flesh.
J'espère que vous aurez tous vos consoles.
Wow. And you're still alive. That's quite an accomplishment.
But seriously, have you heard that he wants to get out of the black market business? Allegedly, he's trying to clear his name with some kind of new meat substitute.
His name's gonna be rather difficult to clear.
It's a heroic and impossible venture.
I haven't heard about it, but it's an interesting addition to what I know.
Yes, he is.
Ibn's been acting very strange lately, and he left most of his business dealings to one of his goons, Mickey. Also known as the Butcher, the Mongrel, and the Slayer.
Yeah, we once had the pleasure of meeting him.
That's all I know, boys. I know it's
Ouais,
not
Tony, ça
very
se passe bien le
much, but
travail,
it's
mais
something, I guess.
après les pépettes, non,
I'll keep
je
my
touche
ears
quasiment
open.
rien, mais bon,
Thanks,
c'est oui, c'est assez plaisant, en plus comme boulot. Donc c'est assez cool. C'est juste que j'ai du mal à récupérer mon sommeil. Bon, du coup, attends, je vais revoir lui vite fait.
You still remember Philmar?
Do you mean Philip? Of course I remember. He's got quite the reputation with that Philmar alias.
We just met him. Small world, huh? Do you know what he's up to these days?
Yeah, as far as I know, he's investigating petty blackmail cases and sneaking after poor bastards cheating on their wives.
Anything else? Did he get mixed up in something that stirred up a storm recently?
Yeah, I don't know about that. We haven't seen him at the PD for a while. He's usually a frequent visitor. Why? Did he run into some fishy business again?
Possible, Bosco. But I'm not sure he'd want to make the same mistake.
Wise decision.
Allez, on va faire elle aussi.
Listen,
Tant qu'à faire, tant qu'on
Bosco,
est là.
what have you heard about that singer, Natasha Katsenko?
You mean that little bimbo fooling around with Ibn Wessler? They say she's the jackpot, but I've never been into cats, you know.
You couldn't be more racist if
J'ai
you
jamais
tried,
été trop porté sur
Bosco.
les chiens.
Don't misunderstand me. I don't have a problem with cats at all. I'm simply allergic to them. I can't stand being around them. I don't even take cases with cats.
Good for you. I should have used that excuse myself.
Why? Is your investigation related to her?
What? No, of course not. We just came from her show. That's why I asked.
And what's she like?
Salut Darky.
Well, I guess your cat allergy would go away for the rest of your life if you met her.
Really? Maybe I'll have a go and see for myself one day.
Bon. Je peux pas me barrer là? Ah. Bon, là il veut pas y aller parce qu'il y a l'autre là-haut là. Donc, du coup, je retourne là-bas. Par contre, ce qui me... J'ai rien d'autre là. À part cette série de sucre là. Et je peux aller nulle part d'autre quoi, c'est ça qui est bizarre. Attends. Est-ce que je serais bien retourné au club? Sa résidence secondaire, pour me montrer quelque chose à vérifier, je serai content de ce que je suis plutôt inquiet. Sur la liste de films à faire, ok. Ouais, j'ai pas beaucoup de... Avec ça, j'ai ouvert ce truc là, ok. J'ai pas vu de... Putain, est-ce qu'on peut... Est-ce que je peux aller ailleurs que sur le... Non, je peux aller que sur le poste de police. Je peux aller que sur le poste de police, putain. Peut-être qu'il aurait fallu que je mette des affiches là. Parce que je vois pas comment l'ouvrir ça, parce que en photo on a que des chats. On n'a pas vu de truc avec... Que j'ai oublié quelque chose. Là j'ai pas de numéro. Là j'ai que la porte de sortie, ça je peux pas le regarder. Elle, bah y a plus rien dessus, hein. Le sac. Y a plus rien.
I really shouldn't be here, you know?
Well, it's a little late for that. I told you.
What you told me was it's gonna take a few hours and it's practically nothing.
And you believed me.
Yeah, I was an idiot.
There you go.
Tu vas bien ouvrir ce coffre là. Et là y a rien là. Là je peux plus rien faire. D'accord, sur le tableau c'est un truc abstrait donc on va...
Nice.
Yeah, it really is.
Je vais regarder s'il n'y a pas un autre truc.
We can't take it with us, but remember what you've seen.
Yes, sir, Boss Bird, sir.
C'est que des chats. Il n'y a pas de chat sur le... J'avais ramassé un bouquin chez la... Ouais. Je suis emmerdé là. Et là on peut pas se barrer, il n'y a rien. Hein. Avec la chaussure. Hein. Pas sûr que la chaussure a beaucoup
Stop
mieux, hein.
staring at it. You're freaking me out.
Ouf.
Okay, I just like shoes.
Il est
Hurry, hell,
fétichistes.
Marty, I don't want to know.
N'importe quoi. Bon, je vais retourner au commissariat, mais je vois pas ce que j'ai pu oublier, bordel de merde. Parce que là, je peux aller nulle part d'autre. Hein. C'est ça qui est bizarre. Et dans mon sac, j'ai rien. C'est que ça.
Molly, my ex-wife. Come to daddy.
Il y a ce truc là, SN.
SN. Could be the initials of a We stepped into it, didn't we?
Vous m'aidez pas beaucoup là. Bon, je vais retourner là, hein, ça fait chier mais...
How's it going tonight, boys?
Uneventful so far, Sonny. But now that you're rolling together again, I suppose we'll have some excitement to look forward to.
What do you mean?
Are you kidding? Last time you shot up a theater, and if I remember correctly, each other.
That was a complicated evening.
Aye, sure. Complicated.
Y a rien. Voilà. Je vais aller voir s'il y a quelqu'un dans le stand de tir, peut-être. Ah, y a personne.
Don't forget to keep your gun clean, Marty. I didn't want to know.
Merde.
Which one of them was first? Peace or guns?
I mean, why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know.
Putain.
Hey, big guy.
Hey, Cox. What's up? Back here so soon? Did you get nostalgic all of a sudden, Sonny?
I'd rather be anywhere else than here, Bosco, but we're sniffing around on a case.
Who? Are you trespassing again?
Who? Us? What are you thinking?
Just an old case. Still open. Not official, but not active either. We're not bothering anyone. You know, old habits die hard.
I know. I'm just messing with you. So, how can I help you?
Ils m'aident pas, hein.
Don't drink that shit, Marty. It's bad for your health.
Sonny, you are bad for my health. Nice words.
Nice bullshit.
Puis là, il veut pas y aller.
Boyle's in there somewhere. It's best to avoid him
Ça
before
va
he
être fou,
finds
putain, il
some
doit y avoir un
reason
truc
to
à la
lock
con, c'est
us
dans la
in.
baraque, hein, c'est sûr, c'est avec ce
You
truc.
took the words out of my beak, boss.
Tout à l'heure, en plus, elle me l'a dit. Elle m'a dit. Attends, qu'est-ce qu'elle m'a dit? Elle m'a dit qu'il y avait un truc avec les combinaisons. Non, c'était avec la statue en fait. Putain. Il est pas, hein.
So soon? That was fast. Almost a record.
Sorry, Mon. We're just here for a little info.
When are you not here for that, boys? How about wish me a happy birthday for a change?
What? Is it your birthday today?
Of course not.
On s'égare.
Don't be silly, Marty. You know exactly when it is. We've talked about it a dozen times.
Yeah, of course I know.
Yeah.
So, could you help us with this
C'est un peu
and
comme
that?
du visual novel,
Of
Dark
course,
Cat en
boys,
fait.
be
Hein.
quick about it. I'm in over my head with paperwork and blood boils breathing down my neck.
We'll be quick like a hurricane.
C'est comme du visual novel. Ah bah lève-la. Putain, c'est de blason de merde. Ah bah voilà.
Did you ever notice how much bigger the lion and the fox are than the other animals?
Lion,
You
renard.
know, maybe all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others.
Huh.
Bah
So
voilà.
that's why our king's a fox and not
Ouais, c'est du
sheep or
technique
bird,
un
right?
peu façon visual
It's
novel.
maybe a little late, but you're starting to get it, detective.
Non mais l'ambiance est sympa quoi. Alors attends, on a quoi? Lion, cigogne, mouton, renard. Vous vous en souviendrez? Lion, cigogne, mouton, renard. Lion, cigogne, mouton, renard. Vas-y, je me casse. Lion, cigogne, mouton. Non, c'était pas comme ça, le lion était en bas. Merde. Yes!
Hello there. What could this be? Maybe a piece of a painting.
And there's some kind of squiggle on it. The signature of the painter? I can't make it out.
Bon, du coup, j'ai récupéré ça.
It's a piece of a painting. Judging by how well it was hidden, I'm sure this is what Natasha wanted to show us.
So a piece of a painting? That's it? And what's that smear on it?
It's too illegible to be a signature. It could be anything.
Maybe Natasha can help us. After all, this is what she wanted to show us, isn't it?
Well, that's if we find her. She should be here by now.
True. Well, then what's next? How about we peck around town some more?
We could do that.
Il m'énerve avec On va voir qu'on peut picorer en
gather
ville.
what we know and try to figure out where we can go from here. Bourbon in my office.
You know what? After all this, I could use a drink.
Right answer. We had no choice but to continue the investigation where it started. In that shady little apartment I called home. The only lead was the list Fillmore gave us, with all those imposing names on it. But what could it mean? And why did Natasha keep it secret from us? But most importantly, what did all this have to do with Deborah's death? The trail started to get cold, and so did the air outside. There was something unsettling in the black clouds, hiding all the stars. I prayed that they didn't bring an early snowfall. The night was already painful enough.
So, what are we doing here?
Trying to calm down. I'll have a shot.
Sure you will.
And we're trying to put the pieces together, of course. Figure out what's next.
And what is next, Boss Bird?
Let's take a look at what we've learned so far.
D'ailleurs, si vous aimez les point and click, en ce moment dans le Game Pass, il y a Adresse de Contact aussi qui est excellent. Vous avez Grim Fandango aussi, que je recommande sérieusement. Si vous l'avez jamais fait, franchement faites-le. En plus, il y a un doublage français qui est énorme. Il y a Full Throttle Racing et il y en a un autre de LucasArts. Putain, c'est quoi le quatrième? Putain, je sais plus. Bon, enfin, en tout cas, foncez. Si vous avez le Game Pass, n'hésitez pas, quoi. Bonne nuit éternelle. C'est vraiment des très bons jeux. Alors, comment cette affaire a commencé? Suspect potentiel. Bon, bah, Déborah, non, puisqu'elle est décédée. Bon, Lewis, non. Natasha, Olivia. Ça pourrait être un de ces trois. Bah, Natasha, non, puisque c'est elle qui a reçu le truc, mais où? Ah, attends, comment ça fonctionne tout ça? Maintenant, ça correspond à quoi, ça? Je ne suis pas sûr. Indice. Objet. Attends, je fais quoi, là? Et il est où mon bout de poster avec la tâche? Le flash du gangster, des menaces étranges. C'est quoi ce bordel? Attends, je comprends pas là. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce truc? Non. Je capte pas le truc là. Attends, je comprends pas là. Il y a un truc que j'ai pas suivi là. quoi, il faut... Ah ouais. Attends. Non, ça marche pas. Attends, qu'est-ce que c'est ce bordel? Des menaces étranges, Déborah est morte, une chatte apeurée, Natacha et Molly. Attends. Mais non! Mais comment je fais pour... Ah, je peux plus la bouger? D'accord. Presque, mais c'est pas encore ça. Ah oui, d'accord. Ah ouais, ok, d'accord. D'accord. J'avais pas pigé comment ça fonctionnait. Natacha et les menaces. Mais quel est le lien? Elle en est la source. Ça n'était clairement pas pour elle. Elle était clairement destinée. C'est pas pour elle puisque c'est l'autre qui a été tué. Quoique. Je sais pas quoi mettre. Ah, c'était ce... Darky, c'était au niveau de la jouabilité, là, j'avais pas compris comment tu plaçais le truc, là. En fait, c'était tout simple. Qu'est-ce que vous en pensez? Ça la rend suspecte, elle en est la source, ce n'était clairement pas pour elle. Elle lui était clairement destinée. Ciao Tony, puis tiens-nous au jus quand même. Et bon courage surtout. Je sais pas, je sais pas, j'ai... J'ai pas pigé. Ah merde. Mais... Ok.
Yeah, the threats are meant for Natasha, no doubt about that.
J'étais obligé comment ça fonctionne, hein, excusez-moi, mais... Ok. Je peux pas foutre un objet, là? Ça, c'est les indices.
But there was something Natasha
Il y a
didn't
quelque
speak
chose dont
about.
Natasha n'a pas parlé. Elle nous l'a montré, elle a menti à ce sujet. Elle a juste oublié d'en parler, elle a gardé le secret.
Natasha is terrified, and she's in real danger. But she kept this list hidden from us. It seems too important to keep it a secret.
Ok. Ah, attends. Il y a elle qui est morte quand même. Ouais, ça pour ça ce matin. Heureusement qu'il était dans eux. Ça peut être que lui. Hein. Non. Merde. Je vois pas pourquoi Lewis il aurait un truc à avoir là-dedans. Ça je comprends pas là.
But what could we do with this list?
Il a quelque chose à voir avec ça, peut-être qu'il sait quelque chose là-dessus.
I know only one person who moves in circles high enough to know where it's
Lui c'est un peu du bon tuyau donc
We must ask him if we want to get out of this dead end. So, the card is, maybe a dead end. The piece of painting, too.
But the list Filmar gave us...
Exactly. Full of those imposing names. And I only know one person who moves in similar circles.
Lamar!
Yes, Marty. It's Lewis. Exactly.
Of course, it's Lewis. But where do we find the Bunny Man?
Well, since he owns this building, I'm hoping he's here. It's worth a call.
You know his number?
By heart. 555-932. I wrote it down in my notebook as well.
Oh, you are a professional, Boss Bird.
Oh.
Hey, Lewis, sorry to disturb you again. Could you come over to my place? I have a question for you. It's very important. It's about a case.
A real case? With the chicken police? Of course, Sonny.
Il va se redescendre, lui, je le sens.
Thanks,
Lens.
pal. I owe you one.
One? Just another second.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lewis. Again.
Oh, don't mention it. Besides, it was my big dream to help you with a serious case.
Well, let's hope you can help. What can you tell me about this list, old pal?
Well, these names. I know half of them personally. Maybe even more.
I knew it.
But I have no idea what kind of list this is.
Here we go.
But these are all members of the upper class. Politicians, business people. Oh my. Even the commander of the Royal Guard.
Damn.
But I really don't know what it means.
So, is it a dead end?
I'm afraid so.
Deborah, the girl who came to me
C'est vrai
tonight.
que c'est lui qui l'a ramené tout à l'heure en plus.
She's a very lovely young lady.
Where did you take her after you two left?
Where she asked me to Flowerville.
Flowerville? Rochester Street 37?
Yes, exactly. Why?
Luck.
Did something happen?
Pour pas dire putain de merde, le mec il a dit poussin de merle.
This?
This?
Oh my goodness.
I think we have a bingo, gentlemen.
You see, I also have one of these.
A card? Like this? Really?
Yes. It's a membership card to a very exclusive club.
How exclusive?
Very.
That's what I'm talking about.
What does SN mean, Lewis?
It's the sweltering Nile.
But that's a...
Well, yes, it's a brothel. But it's not like that. It's something completely different.
Calm down, Lewis.
On va aller dans un
We're not
bouge.
going to tell anybody.
Thank you so much. It is rather embarrassing.
Listen, Lewis. How do we get in?
You want to get in? Well, if you show them this card, they'll surely let you in, but it will be obvious you're not regulars there.
We're used to that.
So, are we going to a luxury brothel?
Correct, Marty. Thanks for the help, Lewis. I owe you one. For the third time today, I think.
Bon.
What should we know about the place, Lewis? Besides what they're
On va se renseigner un peu sur l'endroit avant d'y aller.
No, it's an elegant and exclusive place. Not everybody visits them for that, you know. Some animals just go for company.
I see. I guess it's mostly visited by the
Déborah,
upper
c'était
class.
peut-être une prostituée de luxe en fait, au final.
Yes, the wealthy who have a taste.
Yes.
Et la liste des mecs est peut-être
Is it true what they say?
peut-être un rapport avec le
That
bordel
it's
aussi,
some kind
vu qu'il y avait des noms assez
hidden
connus dans la ville.
stronghold of the royalists?
The Nile is a proud herald of the coexistence of all the species. Yes, but stronghold?
Peut-être.
I don't think so.
But the place must be an eyesore for the separatists, right?
Oh, don't worry for the girls, Sonny. They can defend themselves quite well. The separatists wouldn't dare to go near the place.
Well, we'll see what they have to say about these two old cocks.
That was a little bit, equivocal.
Bon. On va aller au bordel. On va voir à quoi il ressemble.
To Marty's delight, we were heading toward the most exclusive brothel in Clawville. The separatists and those opposing the monarchy hated the place, just like they hated everything that supported interracial relations and peaceful coexistence of all species. So the place wasn't just a brothel, it was a symbol. But just like a brothel is not a worthy symbol, Clawville failed to turn out the way it was intended.
Putain, on a fait qu'un chapitre, bordel.
Well, here we are. The kingdom of long legs, silky skin, and fluttering lashes. We've arrived.
Calm down, Marty. Watch your blood pressure.
Putain. Une prostituée lémurienne.
She's what I call an exotic beauty.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Hey, every animal's the most beautiful thing in the world to someone.
Yeah, you're right.
Oof, I don't know about you, but I go weak in the knees for stripes.
Please, Marty, I don't want to know.
Regarde, ferme tes yeux.
And I don't care. Keep it to yourself. And let's get out of here quickly.
Can't I even talk to you anymore?
You can. Ask about the weather, or how's my lower back. Those two are even connected if you want to know.
Yeah, old fart.
Mais j'avais pas vu la renarde.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Would you be so kind as to help me?
With pleasure, ma'am.
The zipper always comes down on my dress. Would you kindly zip it back up?
Can I, Sonny?
What am I, your mother? Do what you want, for God's sake.
Happy to help, ma'am.
Oh, what a gallant young man.
Clucking lords.
Oh non! Attraper et tenir, hein? Attends. Eh. Merde! Je vais péter sa fermeture, mais j'ai pas compris, j'ai appuyé, ça n'a pas marché. Merde!
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I try again?
If you'd really like to, please be more careful this time.
I will be, ma'am.
J'ai pas compris. Mais qu'est-ce que c'est que... Mais attends.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If you'd really...
I will be, ma'am.
Je vais y arriver, bordel. Allez, faut que je la remonte en même temps. Moi, j'allais trop vite. Voilà.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Marty, ma'am. Marty McChicken.
Thank you, darling Marty. I'm much obliged.
Anytime, ma'am. Anytime.
Oh non! Je l'avais pas vu elle non plus. Oh putain. Là c'est vraiment bizarre. Là.
Holy fur. You swallowed so hard, the whole place shook.
Are you kidding me? I've never seen anything like
C'est
this
très
before.
très bizarre.
Is this even legal?
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. Vice?
You really must be joking. Vice in Clawville?
Okay, I was pulling your leg. But still, it's a little hot in here.
Oh, cool down, Marty. Don't even look over there. Remember Laura, your wonderful girlfriend, whom you love more than anything.
You don't need to tell me. All I'm thinking about is her.
With a hatchet in her hand.
More like my nuggets.
That's...
Faut pas qu'il nous parle de ses nuggets.
Laura.
Tu penses à sa meuf.
Marty. Just slowly turn away from the pictures.
Je crois qu'il est bien écrit le jeu quand même. Putain, alors celle-là elle est horrible.
Laura.
That's it, Marty. Just...
Bon allez, hop là. Bon.
Yee. That guy's stare gives me the creeps.
I can see why.
I've always told myself that birds are weird.
What did you just say?
Huh? What? Me? Nothing?
Bon, allez.
My name is Day-Night Diamond. Welcome
Mais
to
c'est
the
trop chelou.
gentlemen.
Les têtes d'animaux comme ça, c'est
I'm
vraiment chelou.
Sonny, and this is my partner, Marty.
If I may, miss, you have a beautiful name and exceptionally wonderful stripes.
Marty, not now.
Oh, thank you very much.
Please excuse him. He doesn't visit places like this very often. Me neither, to be honest.
Oh, nothing to worry about, gentlemen. There's a first time for everyone.
You're absolutely right.
We're just interested in a certain lady called Deborah.
Deborah? We don't have any employees by that name right now, but if you want,
Ouais, elle doit avoir un
any of
pseudo.
our girls would love to be Deborah for a night.
No. Excuse me, you misunderstand. She doesn't work here.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
It's kind of confusing, but let me try to explain.
Please, I'm at your service. I'll gladly answer
Ouais, je lui parle
any
du
of
meurtre,
your
hein.
questions.
You hear that, Sonny? Any questions?
Ouais.
Shut up,
Il
Marty.
est chaud.
Does this list mean anything to you?
This? I'm not sure. No,
Aimant.
nothing.
Aimant.
Don't you see some familiar names on there?
I do, but everybody knows those animals.
c'est
Personally,
ça.
I have no contact with any of them.
I see. Oh, thank you.
Elle me ment. Elle me ment pertinemment.
Have you been working here long, miss?
Almost 5 years, sir.
And do you like your job?
Very much so.
J'aurais peut-être dû lui
I
montrer
think
ma
it's
plaque
only
avant.
worth doing
Finalement.
anything if you honestly
J'avais peur de lui faire
enjoy
peur avec la plaque, mais en fait
You
non.
hear
En
that,
plus c'est une
Sonny?
plaque, c'est une
You
fausse
should
plaque en
take
plus.
that advice.
I'm on it, Marty. I'm trying to get myself fired if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, and me too.
Collateral damage. Do you know a gentleman named Louis C. Hayworth?
Of course I do. Mr. Hayworth is a regular guest at our establishment.
I see. How regular, if I may ask?
I can't give you any information about that.
Ouais, tu vois, j'aurais dû lui montrer la
House
plaque de flic
policy.
avant. Putain.
We have that too. It's called the law, ma'am.
If you have any questions of that nature, please come back with a warrant.
Touché.
Je me demande si bah, quoi que si, elle sait que je suis flic. Parce que...
Look, she gave this to us. The girl named Deborah, the one we asked you about.
I see.
Do you know what this is?
Bah, c'est leur carte de
Of
visite. Hein.
course. It's a
Ah, c'est une carte de
membership
membre.
card.
Was this person a regular here?
If this belonged to her, then yes. I can check for you. Please, the ladies will entertain you while you wait. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Ouais, tu vas plus sentir pisser là. pas jeter un autre truc. Mais c'est trop bizarre.
I don't even know. Good gods! Hey, keep it down, Marty.
I see it now. Of all that's furry.
Yes, it's very furry. Or more like
C'est poilu en effet.
Shaggy.
Ah non, c'est trop chelou.
That woman, she's familiar.
Do you think it's her? The broad from the Bloody New Year's?
God damn it, Marty, do you have to say it out loud? It gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps, more like.
Anyway, I don't know if it's really her. I always get confused by the exotic ones, but... yeah, maybe.
Honestly, it gives me the creeps.
Yeah, me too.
Bon, il revient pas l'autre là?
May I invite you gentlemen for a drink, perhaps?
No, thank you. We're in a hurry.
Oh.
Si j'essaie de passer, je pense que lui il va nous refouler.
I apologize for the wait. Please, come with me, gentlemen.
Ah non,
So you were successful.
My mistress, Madame Zavas, would like to meet you.
You mean that, Madame Zavas?
As far as I know, there's only one of her.
Une femme crocodile,
so-
putain, j'ai peur. Là, j'ai peur de ce qu'on va voir.
Please,
J'ai peur.
take us to her.
With pleasure.
Madame Zavas was a legend in Clawville. Her name was known all over the wilderness. She's an avid royalist, former member of the Council of 12, spy
Putain,
master,
un sacré
assassin,
CV, Madame
businesswoman,
Zavas.
and courtesan. To be honest, I didn't even know she was still alive. She's no spring chicken, that's for sure. She could also be my mother, or maybe my grandmother. First Ibn Wessler, now her. Honestly, tonight, it wouldn't surprise me if His Majesty Hector III didn't grace me with his presence.
Ah, cette horreur, quoi.
Interesting pieces.
Do you think so? It's the art of my people.
Elle fait peur, hein.
Crocodiles?
Elle fait peur, hein.
There are many
Elle est
kinds
balèze en
of
plus.
crocodile in the wilderness, Mr. Featherland. This is the art of the Nilenites.
The art of the Nile.
Hence the name, the sweltering Nile.
It's a river, Mr. Featherland. My ancestors lived by this river a long time ago.
Ah, interesting.
Thank you.
Is that the time already?
Have you noticed your clock's not working?
How observant you are. That clock isn't meant to show the time. It's a decoration. A memento.
It's beautiful.
Indeed.
Ah ouais, non. Non.
What a painting. Congratulations, ma'am.
Marty.
Yes. It's beautiful indeed. It's more than 40 years old. You know, I was considered pretty then.
Oh, don't say that. You still look great, ma'am.
Thank you. It feels good, but no. There's no need for lies. Those days are long gone. Every age has its truth and its beauty. For me, beauty is not in the looks anymore.
I agree, ma'am.
Je regarde, avant de lui parler, je regarde un peu partout quand même. Allez, vas-y, on y va.
Mr. Santino, I know who you are. And I also know your partner.
Elle est très dérangeante cette dame. là.
Legend of the Chicken Police is always one step ahead of the Chicken Police.
Thank you. That's flattering.
May I ask
Je serais un poulet, je serais pas bien en face. Déjà, en tant qu'humain, je serais pas bien, mais en tant que poulet, je serais encore moins bien.
You know, that's an interesting question. The card we've shown your lovely colleague
belongs to an old friend of ours, whom we haven't seen for a long time here.
And the name?
Unfortunately, no, Mr. Santino. That's confidential information. In my line of work, discretion is everything.
Well, you know, in our line of work, the law is above everything.
Oh, do you think so? I could tell you what your colleagues think is also above everything, but as I said, discretion.
Je suis sûr qu'elle nous voit comme ça.
We don't want to impose. We're conducting a private investigation, which started off as harmless, but now it's murder.
That sounds serious.
It is serious. That's why we'd be grateful for your help.
In that case,
les doublages sont excellents, je trouve.
Ask your question.
Et l'écriture aussi est bien. Tu me diras, c'est un peu le principal parce qu'après, au niveau technique, c'est pas mal, quoi.
You're not wading through muddy waters.
Fortunately, I swim very well for a chicken.
I swim well, too.
Alors...
As I was saying, it belongs to us. Only our most valuable guests have one of these.
Elle veut rien lâcher.
And our employees, of course.
The employees, too. Good to know. Can you tell me if this card belonged to a guest or an employee?
No.
I thought so.
Comment c'était le nom direct? Ok. On va rien me dire.
This place isn't just our home with the girls. It's a sanctuary.
Really? How?
It symbolizes why the city was founded almost 1,000 years ago. Unity, love, freedom.
Interbreeding?
That too, yes. Do you have a problem with that?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't. My girlfriend's a predator.
Really? I'm glad to hear it.
Ma copine est une prédatrice.
Tell me, have you ever seen this list?
I have.
Am I right to assume it has something to do with the sweltering Nile?
It does, yes. But I can't tell you more about it. No.
Discretion is key.
Absolutely.
Putain, mais la meuf, c'est un mur, quoi.
Lewis Hayworth is a good friend of mine. It surprises me that he's a regular here.
You wouldn't believe our clientele. You would be shocked.
Seriez étonné par notre clientèle. Je suis sûr qu'il y a Reg dans la clientèle.
Does he come here often?
Not so often.
Thank you for the vague answer, ma'am.
The mystery is thrilling. The thrill is life itself.
That was beautiful, ma'am.
Do you know Natasha Katsenko personally?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about her.
Redjo, je suis sûr que je vais te trouver sur la liste.
Quick-tempered. Fierce. Yes. Fierce.
Des fois, c'est à toi qu'elle appartient la carte, elle avait les bras. La carte de membre. Bon, interrogatoire.
Deceit is everything to Zavos. She used to be a spy, so I'm gonna take her every word with a grain of salt. Who's behind the legend, Miss Zavos? Who are you, really?
Just an animal raised to survive, Mr. Featherland. And because I've been taught, I know how to survive. I always was what I had to be.
And you managed to dodge my question. Clever.
Well, you see, this is one of the typical elements of survival. The way of dodging a delicate question and still making the questioner believe he got the answer. But you're too cunning and experienced.
Elle va me piéger.
You're not an easy one to fool.
I'm trying to maintain appearances, ma'am.
You should. Appearances, most of the time, are stronger and more dangerous than the truth.
Dites-moi où étiez-vous. Êtes-vous vraiment l'espionne du roi? Ce n'est pas dangereux d'être royaliste de nos jours.
Isn't it dangerous being a royalist nowadays?
You know, Mr. Featherland, those that are genuinely dedicated never care about danger. That's something you must know even better than I.
Do you think it's my loyalty that motivates me the most? If you do, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Maybe you're not loyal to the police, Mr. Featherland, but you are to your own principles and ideals. Am I right?
That's true, but you're avoiding the question. Why did you stay in the king's employment after the scandals that are making half the city riot? What makes you still believe so much in the institution of monarchy?
You know, I always adapt, but only to a degree where I still don't have to give up myself and my ideals for the sake of survival.
You'd rather die then?
Maybe it would seem too dramatic or even romantic to you, but yes, exactly.
I'm sorry to doubt you, but I've always thought your kind was rather compromised.
Do you mean spies or crocodiles?
Spies, of course.
I must disappoint you, but there aren't many groups as loyal and unwavering as the spies, Mr. Featherland.
If you're telling me, ma'am, I believe you.
Quand avez-vous décidé d'ouvrir la maison close? Qu'est-ce que le salon est juste? C'est vraiment juste une maison close de luxe. Et il pose des questions là.
Why did you decide to open a brothel?
You know, this place used to be an orphanage. Then after the Great Avian Plague, a hatchery.
La grande peste aviaire.
Then young mothers lived here who had nowhere else to go. That's when I took over.
Young mothers and prostitutes. That feels like a sharp turn.
No, it didn't happen like that, of course. The process took 20 years, but one thing remains the same. I wanted to help girls
Ça fait
who
20
had
ans qu'ils sont ouverts.
nothing and no
Ça fait 20 ans que Reg fréquente cet endroit.
help them.
Et ben dis donc.
This was the best you could do.
On sait où passe la paye.
Sell their bodies.
You see things very superficially, Mr. Featherland. We're a family who helped each other even at the worst of times, took care of each other, and what's most important, survived. Yes, survive, no matter the cost.
And it's the cherry on top of the most treasured secrets of the rich and famous.
C'est ça?
Very insightful, Mr. Featherland. There's truth to that. Knowledge is power, as they say. And we know a lot about powerful animals that could be used as weapons. Or the opposite, that could avert a war.
If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
I wouldn't say that's an acceptable price for such a secret as this, but if you guess right, I won't lie to you. Then I will tell you you were right. Yes.
Good. Let's see. The answer to my question. Natasha Katsenko.
Well, Mr. Featherland, it seems the gossip about you is right. What gave it away?
It couldn't have been easier. There's a beautiful woman with a mysterious past, trying to keep it a secret, while someone's threatening her with the exact same thing, leaving rather unmistakable messages behind. Plus, we found the card on Deborah, who was her best friend and confidant. So she was either trying to hide it or destroy it forever, so no one could find out the truth. Am I right so far?
Indeed, Mr. Featherland.
So if I'm not mistaken, Natasha used to work for you before she met Ibn Wessler. You fell in love with her, gave her a job at the Millions Club. The rest is history.
You have talent, Mr. Featherland. I'm really sorry you're not working for the government.
I am working for the government. I'm a cop.
Are you sure, Mr. Featherland?
Touché.
Indeed. Natasha used to work here. We can put it that way, but you know, this isn't just a workplace. She also lived here. She was part of our family.
George.
And we still
De toute façon, j'ai pas tardé non plus.
Right. That puts everything in a different light. Zavos is a true survivor, always was. And she's proud of that, even to this day. Maybe I can get her to trust me if I play to this part of her.
Alors, avez-vous essayé de la protéger? Vous avez essayé de la protéger de quoi? Vous avez essayé de la modeler à votre image? Pourquoi l'avez-vous cueillie? Peut-être que vous êtes reconnu en elle. Tout le monde en ville pense que vous êtes dangereuse. Pourquoi à votre avis? Oh là, putain, attends.
Why did you take her in? Maybe you saw yourself in Natasha.
She was only 17 when she knocked on the rear entrance of the brothel on an unusually cold, rainy night. I opened the door myself.
Was Natasha alone?
Yes, completely alone. Her left arm was slashed with an ugly wound, and she was frozen to the bone, barefoot, only a thin nightgown on her.
Did she tell you what happened to her?
After I brought her into the house, warmed her up, and changed her into new clothes, that was the first thing I asked. But no, she didn't tell me. We became very good friends, but I still don't know what happened to her and where she came from, or how she knew about this place and the rear entrance.
And you weren't bothered by all those secrets?
That would have been very hypocritical of me, don't you think? No. It didn't bother me. I make a living out of secrets, Mr. Featherland.
I see. Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville?
Naturally. The poor dear couldn't even deny it. Even her name's eloquent, her accent, but mostly her manners, Mr. Featherland. She's from Stovos, and she belonged to the upper class of Stavonian social circles. She could barely even speak the language when I first met her.
That's all you know about her. An ex-spy like you must have checked up on her new protege's past.
That's the most exciting thing. Yes, I have. Multiple times putting my most treasured connections to good use. But nobody found anything. Natasha's trail could only be traced back to the Stavonian border. What happened in that country, no one knows.
It's rather curious, don't you think?
It is, Mr. Featherland. Yes, curious. That's why I've always been rather fond of Natasha.
Did it touch you deeply when she left you?
Indeed, it did.
Zavos is protective. It seems she's dedicating her whole life to her proteges. If I concentrate on that, maybe she'll open up to me.
Alors, pourquoi l'avez-vous laissé partir avec Wessler? Si vous avez venu l'idée d'exploiter la relation de Natasha et Ben, êtes-vous resté en contact avec elle?
Why did you let her leave with Wessler?
What else could I have done? Wessler is a handsome, rich, powerful animal, and Natasha fell in love with him. If anything, I know you can't stand in the way of a woman in love. There's nothing more dangerous, Mr. Featherland.
I've been in this job for more than 20 years, but I haven't heard that one before.
You see? You learn something new every day if you have an open mind. Yes.
Alors, vous lui en vouliez d'être parti, vous aviez peur qu'il relève ses secrets, qu'elle relève des secrets. Quand est-ce que vous l'avez vue pour la dernière fois? Je lui dis ça, le premier, je pense qu'elle va me raconter des conneries.
When was the last time you saw her, Madame Zavos?
Maybe around 2 months ago. There was a ball, attended by Ibn Wessler, his beautiful mate Natasha, and myself. Yes.
Was she herself? Did you feel like she was afraid or worried about something?
On the contrary, she was unrestrained, free, radiant. She was in love. Yes, in her own unique way.
What do you mean?
You know Natasha loves on a different level than most Clawville women. Or most women in the wilderness, in fact. Maybe it's because of the Stovonian origins. Perhaps it's something else.
So you didn't notice anything strange about her?
Well, if anything could be called strange, it was that I saw a woman positively floating above the ground, who previously used to stand on it with 2 feet.
I see. Thank you, madam.
Si vous avez ressenti quand vous avez appris que Natasha elle est partie.
How did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave?
Honestly, I was very hurt. I loved her as a daughter. How would you have felt?
I couldn't say.
And I still couldn't stop her, and you know why?
Of course I do. Because you loved her.
You've been in my shoes before, am I right, Detective? Yes, I can feel you have.
This isn't about me, madam. Please stop changing the subject.
I have felt betrayed on a certain level. Yes, and offended. And alone. Even amongst all my friends.
Were you disappointed in her?
Only in myself, Mr. Featherland. But I have a hunch you know this feeling very well.
Yes, you're right. Well, thank you for your time, madam.
Anytime, Detective. Yes, anytime.
Vrai détective, ok?
Please, gentlemen, wait here a moment. I would like to show you something that could help you.
Oh, that's excellent news. Thank you. We will wait.
Do you trust her?
Not in the slightest. Even her smile is fake. This woman wallowed in other animals' secrets until she became one too.
That's exactly how I feel.
Anyway, now that we're here, we can take a better look around.
Just what I was thinking.
Attends, je vais juste regarder un truc parce que je suis sûr que cette lampe, il y a un truc là-dessus. Ouais, tu vois, je savais qu'il y avait. Alors, pas trouvé. Il y a un truc avec ce... C'est sûr. Les boules ne sourcillent pas. La bave du châtiment, 7 fragments de mon esprit, la mort du cheval.
These books are here for a reason. They mean something. These books are here for a reason.
Oui, oui, oui.
They mean something. These books are here for...
Ah, mais je peux faire quoi?
These books are here...
C'est de ma gueule, hein?
These books are here...
Qu'est-ce qu'il pourrait m'indiquer? Peut-être pas ici.
Yes, this is...
Je vois rien qui pourrait m'indiquer quoi que ce soit. Ça pique les ventilos. Mais non, j'en ai un ventilo maintenant. Qui est apparu là. j'arrive à rien quand tu dis.
Beautiful pieces.
Je vois pas ce que je peux faire là. En plus, je suis tableau là. Je peux rien faire.
It's a piece of a painting. Judging by how well it was hidden, I'm sure this is what Natasha...
Merde.
These books are here for...
Eh mais putain, ils te disent que tu peux interagir mais...
These books are here for a reason. They mean... These books are here for a... These books are here...
Qu'est-ce qui pourrait nous indiquer quelque chose là-dessus là? On verra un truc, c'est pas possible. 49. Vous avez pas une idée là? Il y a forcément un truc. Au plus cher. On va essayer quelque chose. Tellement sensible. J'essaye, hein. C'est le seul chiffre que j'ai, 49, alors... Sur le truc. Ça marche pas. Je vois pas du tout, là. Qu'est-ce que ça peut être? Pas d'autres indications. Ça, j'y suis pas allé. C'est ce qu'elle m'a dit. Ça m'aide pas. Ça m'aide pas. Et vous m'aidez pas. Vous mettez pas. Vous allez me dire chacun sa merde, mais... Merde, j'ai fait. D'accord, c'est le bouton ça. Je vois pas du tout là. Puis là, regarde, il te dit d'interagir, mais tu peux pas interagir avec les trucs. Dès que j'appuie, ça fait ça.
These books are here for a reason. They mean something.
Quetzalcoatl, ça me rappelle rien Quetzalcoatl. Les boucliers de Quetzalcoatl. Bon. J'avoue que là, l'autre m'a laissé en plan là dans son truc là. Je peux pas partir. Parce que là, à part l'horloge... Quand même pas faire chaque heure, quoi, putain. Ah oui, c'est la merde. Je vois pas ce que je peux faire. Hein. Je peux pas trouver l'heure comme ça qu'il faut. Là. Je sais. Ça doit être tout con en plus, hein. À tous les coups. Hein. Pas un truc qui peut m'indiquer quelque chose là sur ta bourse. On dirait qu'il y a un truc sur le bras de la mer.
Yes.
Il y a des livres dans l'artefact là, mais c'est pareil, je peux pas le zoomer ça. Je peux pas interagir dessus. Donc en fait au final il n'y a que l'horloge, c'est sûr qu'il y a un truc. Le tableau on n'a rien dessus. Là après il n'y a rien. Je peux pas me barrer. Je peux rien faire. Je suis emmerdé là. Pas qu'un peu. Qu'est-ce qui pourrait m'indiquer les branches de l'heure là? Nombre, quelque chose? Je peux regarder, je vois rien. Hein. Les bouts ne surseillent pas. Bave et châtiment. Ah, 7h49 peut-être, les 7 fragments. Attends. C'est ça.
A hidden door. Who'd have thought?
She is a legendary ex-spy.
Well, this is something I've never understood. Why isn't a key good enough? I mean, you can take that with you, but riddles can be solved by anyone.
I don't think many animals get to be in this room, Marty. And the other thing is...
Maybe she wanted us to find it.
Exactly what I'm thinking. Who knows? Anyway, we're going in.
This room is not like her at all.
The other must have been for show. Marty, this is the reality. We're talking about a professional spy.
A former
spy.
Still,
if anyone knows how to mask her real face, it's her.
But you think this is who she really is?
Mais mine de rien, je me suis pris au jeu quand même.
And full of secrets.
C'est le roi ça.
Hector III, our great and fair king.
I feel sorry for the poor fox, to be honest.
I don't. He has it pretty good.
Would you like to live your life as a puppet? Everything you do, carefully planned. Your rule and authority, the whole thing, just for show.
Even if he is just a puppet, Clawville needs a king. He gives strength and hope to many animals.
Huh. I guess.
So the rumors are true.
Military intelligence. This dame's really something. I'm starting to think the whole brothel is just a cover.
Makes sense. You think she's still working for Royal Intelligence?
Well, based on what she told us, she's a committed royalist. So I imagine she does.
somebody started typing a letter but left it unfinished.
What does it say?
Number 2947222, report about separatist group movements.
Damn it. Don't even read that.
What? Why not?
I don't know about you, but I don't want to get caught up in the royalist-separatist conflict. What you don't know can't hurt you, right?
I can't even recognize you, boss. Where did you put your sense of adventure?
My sense of adventure has retired. Leave it alone.
Ok, donc là, ça y est, il veut même pas regarder.
This has got to be it, Marty. Look at the missing page.
Oh, gods. And look at the names.
Yeah, the ladies and their guests.
Guide de clientèle.
What this means, Marty, is that the most influential people in the city had been Natasha's patrons. Some even from the royal family.
This book could destabilize Clawville.
At least the Clawville we currently know.
You think this is behind everything? Somebody's blackmailing Natasha because of this?
That could easily be the case. But something still doesn't fit. That piece of a painting.
Sonny?
If there's even a small chance of...
Sonny.
What?
There's another familiar name here.
What are you talking about?
Oh merde.
Clucking hell, Sonny. Molly?
She was working here too.
It's probably someone else with the same name.
So that's why Natasha told me they'd known each other for a long time.
Look, boss.
I can't believe it. All those stories about her past.
Listen, Bossbird. Molly loved you, right? Isn't that what matters?
Marty, please shut your fucking beak right now or I'll shut it for you.
Okay, boss. I'm sorry, but...
Just shut the cluck up.
We've caught them sneaking around, Miss Diamond, you see?
I see, madam.
No, back off, ladies.
There's no need for this. We don't want trouble.
No, maybe you don't. Unfortunately, trouble has found you, gentlemen.
Madam Zavos, we needed to know the connection. What this place has to do with Natasha.
And
my wife.
Filthy cops? He's talking gibberish. May I shoot him?
No, not yet, Miss Diamond.
I'd be very sorry to put holes in your lovely striped skin, but believe me, baby, I will. I've always wanted to know if diamonds are bulletproof.
Please, madam. It'll all be over in a second.
No. We have received different orders, Miss Diamond. Stand down.
Oh, I see. The pony does tricks on command. Well, I'm not surprised.
That's enough, Marty. You knew who she was, didn't you? What she meant to me.
Well, well, Mr. Featherland. Aren't you interested in your case anymore? No? All it took was a name from your past, and your professionalism drowned in the mud.
Stop playing games with me, Zavos. What does all this have to do with Molly?
Nothing at all. No, she was just a little bird among the many who sought refuge here.
You forced her into this.
You'd love to hear that, but until she met you, she was one of us. Just another...
You clucking...
Sonny, no!
Je vais lui mettre une patate? Non. Ah d'accord. Super.
I think I was dreaming. But it wasn't the kind of dream you'd want to remember. Dark and painful. Then the suffocating smoke woke me. It wasn't fried eggs, that's for sure. Where was I? What happened? That treacherous crocodile. Then I saw Marty, who looked as horrible as I felt. Well, I've always wanted a romantic sea voyage.
God damn it. I knew I shouldn't have gone along with this.
Marty, I told you you could get out any time.
And you knew damn well that I wouldn't. That I would never leave you in deep shit once I've joined you. You knew it, and you still asked me to do it.
Marty, listen.
You're a selfish bastard, Sonny, and you drag everyone around you down with you. How long was it till retirement? 120 days?
121.
But you just couldn't sit still on your ass, could you? Well, take a good look around, boss bird. This is you. And this is what follows you. Just this clucking misery. And dead bodies. Do you understand? You have nothing else to offer but suffering.
Marty.
And feeling sorry for yourself. Oh, you're great at that. I can't believe this shit. We're gonna die here on a goddamn blazing ship like roast chicken. Well, it's dramatic at least, just like you like it.
Marty.
What?
I've almost managed to untie the knot, but if you keep thrashing around like that, we're really gonna die here.
Ah, for cluck's sake, fine. Work your magic. Until then, I'm gonna say all the prayers I know.
You better.
Putain. On va où la corde là? Oh. Voilà. Oh merde! Putain! Ah mais c'est chaud! Ah putain, dès que tu sors du truc! Je panique, voilà c'est bon, le poulet est rôti. Je répète, le poulet est rôti. Merde, putain, je vois plus rien. Je vois plus rien. Putain, c'est où? Là. C'est marrant comment ils ont fait ça. Ah merde. Bon allez, vas-y un coup. Ça marche pas tant. Mais non. Oh, c'est chaud. Mais pourquoi? Putain mais tout à l'heure j'ai réussi. Putain je vois. Yes.
So what now?
Now we run and swim.
I can't swim.
Well, you better learn fast or you'll die. I'm not gonna drag your fat ass to the shore if that's what you're hoping.
I shouldn't have brought this many guns with me.
Throw them away then.
Never.
Then they'll drag you down into the deep. I don't care. I always thought your gun mania would be your undoing.
Cluck you, Sonny.
We have to survive this first.
Well, after you, boss bird.
That furry, fucking clucking gods. Damn.
Yeah.
Listen, Marty.
What?
What you said on the ship.
What about it?
You were right. I knew this would happen. Or something like it. I dragged you into this deliberately. Because I'm not enough on my own.
Sonny, cut the crap.
No, I'm serious. I knew I couldn't do this alone. I needed you to... well, to look out for me.
I don't need this, all right? Stop playing the wounded soul. I don't fucking care.
Fair enough. You're right.
Hell yeah, I'm fucking right.
I'll, shut up now.
Good.
Bon bah écoutez, je vais vous laisser là. Bon bah finalement je me suis vachement pris au jeu, le jeu est pas mal du tout. Hein. Il est plutôt cool quoi. Mais bon après c'est sûr que c'est pas un jeu qui se stream ça. Enfin bref, bon bah écoutez, moi je vous laisse là. Demain on se retrouve sur Yakuza Like a Dragon. Sur la version Xbox One X. Et puis bah le mardi, dans la semaine on le fera sur la série X. Je vous souhaite une bonne nuit, n'oubliez pas de lâcher un petit pouce. Merci encore à Chris pour son don. Et puis bah à son gros nom d'ailleurs. Un grand merci à lui. Et je vous dis à demain. Sur ce, ciao ciao.